So fully remote with Ali is your company name. So you live a fully remote lifestyle, I guess. You're in Mexico now. You've been, I know, to Fiji, to New Zealand, to been road tripping recently through the States. But you get all your work done. So for me with clients, and for me personally, I find huge value in routines, getting up at the same time, sort of knowing when you're going to do your email checks and things like this. But when you're living a fully remote life, you want to take advantage of that. You want to go to the beach when surf is up or whatever. So what do you think about striking that balance between having your routines, getting that remote work done, which is so important to being in charge of your time, versus living your best possible life?
Yeah, I mean, it's not an easy one, right? This is one that a lot of people struggle with. And I think that it's also plays a part in the unplugging, because people will tend to, throughout the day, with the freedom and flexibility, they'll go off and do other things, even if it's like laundry and dishes or going for an extra long walk or whatever, and then coming back and getting to like 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon and realizing they haven't really accomplished everything they wanted to, and then I'm gonna have to work late, and then they're constantly the whole time feeling that guilt, for not being connected and staying on. So they stay on all throughout the day. So even then they're not really enjoying, these things that they're doing away from work. And so there's definitely a big mindset shift there with that. But preparing and planning is a huge piece to this. Being intentional, being mindful, being aware, being mindful of the work you're doing, what you're working towards, having clarity towards your goals, and knowing that, structuring your days in a way that that every day you're making progress. Even if it's a little bit of progress, you're still making progress. And knowing that you need to manage the free time just as like you need to manage your work. So a great example is, just a couple of weeks ago, I was meeting up with a few ladies here in Manzanillo, making friends, right? And they had asked if I wanted to come to a Wednesday ladies lunch. And it's so great that now I'm at the point where my first thought isn't, oh, Wednesday lunch, midday, I have to work. Instead, it's, oh, let me see if I have any meetings. If I have, it open. Meetings are a little bit tougher to reschedule. Tasks are a bit easier. And so I did that. I looked and I saw that I had a 2-hour window. So it was really great. Those tasks, because I do plan, because I am intentional, and I'm very aware of where I am in my progress, what it takes to get to where I'm going, then I know what shifting those tasks will do to the rest of my week, and what I can do and what I can't do. And so I get to make a choice. It's more about being proactive instead of reactive, right? And being aware and being able to make the choice and own the choices that we make, and knowing that if I take this 2 hours to go and meet with these ladies, that it will affect my schedule, and I am okay with that, and I am going to adjust it. So routines are really important, I believe. And even when you're traveling around, it can be even more difficult to have these type of routines. And when you get to a new place, kind of reestablishing some of those routines, that aspects of it are dependent on the location of where you are, right? And so even in Manzanillo right now, I'm adjusting to my new place, and there's still a few aspects to my routine I haven't, sorted out yet. So I'm still working on that. But having the routine is really important, and being intentional to put it on your calendar. What we put on our calendar is important to us. It's our priority. So these things need to go on our calendar.
So it sounds like there's no silver bullet. It's still a balancing act, but a bit of forgiveness, a bit of planning for buffer time, or the combination of the two, I guess. Know when you can be free, and forgive yourself for wanting to live your life a little bit in those times, but also keep track of your strategic plans, I guess, and make sure you're moving towards them. But it's not perfect.
No, it's not. And it's different
life
for everyone. Yeah. And that's where it comes down to, knowing what you want, planning how to get there, planning for freedom and flexibility, and enjoying the freedom and flexibility. When you choose to go do something away from work, choose that. Don't choose that while still being connected to work, you're not really getting to enjoy it, So
Yeah, drop the guilt and just do it.
yeah, nobody, for most of us, we're not brain surgeons for working remotely, right? So nobody's going to die. That's what I tell people. Like it's really not that serious. I mean, the reality is actually studies have shown that if anybody is going to die sooner, it's going to be me for not having the healthy work-life balance and for being stressed and putting that the stress on my body and the toll that takes. I'm just killing myself, actually.
That's a very good point, actually. That's not to say don't do your work, guys, but make sure you still get the stuff done. But make sure you enjoy yourselves as well. It's work-life balance, not hustle, and not beach 24 hours a day.
Exactly. Balance. Okay.